Part of our Daniel Pearl World Music Day celebration is to focus not just on the music, but on journalism. And part of the memorial to Daniel Pearl is to consider not only his love and interest in music, but also to look at his chosen profession as a journalist. Now, a journalist is somebody who tells a story or passes on information, and they can transport readers into a world very different from their own. A great journalist can take you to a refugee camp in the Middle East, like Daniel Pearl did. They can help us understand another culture, teach us why something happened, and prepare us for what might be coming in the future. This year, in the past we chose an international reporter, but this year we chose a local reporter. Why a local reporter? Well, reporting can be dangerous business wherever you go. There's less glory, probably, in reporting locally as opposed to going overseas, but both are very important to our democracy. The 2016 Humanity and Harmony Daniel Pearl World Music Day's journalist in residence is Eric Woodyard. Eric is a Flint native, and he's currently a reporter for MLive and the Flint Journal. He's an award-winning journalist, and while he doesn't report from the Middle East or from any other war zone, he has found himself in some pretty interesting situations. And other than reading his stories in the journal, I have to tell you, the first time I came across Eric to realize that he was a great writer was in a book called Happy Anyway, a Flint anthology, where he told a true story about one of his friends that he lost some years ago. Eric is a 2006 graduate of the Flint Southwestern Academy and a 2010 graduate of Western Michigan University, which is, by the way, 7-0 this year in football. First time ever, I'll say that for Eric. He's usually a sports reporter, but he's interviewed such stars as LeBron James and Snoop Dogg and Russell Simmons, Steph Curry. He's appeared on ESPN's Outside the Lines. He's covered stories local and with a national flavor. His book is called Wasted, and it's a gritty look at life on Flint's north side. For many of us, the bad side of the tracks. For Eric, it's home. Congratulations to the 2016 Daniel Pearl World Music Day's journalist in residence, Eric Woodyard. Eric. Eric, I have this especially for you. I hope it finds a great place of honor at your desk there at MLive.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? First, I just gotta say it's an honor. I have to thank God for being here and winning these type of awards and things like that. Because, like he said, I'm really from the hood, as they say, in Flint, Michigan. I'm from the 5th Ward of Flint Avenue B, born and raised, and I'm not ashamed of it. I think it's maybe the person I am. As he stated, Daniel Pearl, was an amazing reporter, amazing journalist. Who reported overseas and had the courage and the flavor to really put himself in the situation of the stories he was reporting on. So, although I'm not in the Middle East, I'm in Flint. I'm on the north side. I'm at Burston Fieldhouse. I'm everywhere. Anywhere to find the best possible story, and I'm committed to telling the best possible story. I can go on and on with some of the things I've been able to do, but I think more so than anything, to be a great reporter, you have to really put your all into it. And that's what anything you do in life. Putting your all into it, having that dedication. For example, the award that I did win this year, it was from the Michigan Associated Press. I did a story about a kid named Woodyard. He was a teen father playing basketball in high school at Southwestern. And I always wondered, what would it be like, not to glorify teen parenting, but just what would it be like to be an athlete, try to raise a kid and also focusing on school. So we was there literally from the time he cut the light on, to the time he played basketball that night, and I spent the night in the office writing that story. That type of dedication to anything in your craft, you would be successful at. So I've been able to, be on the ground root of covering people like Teresa Shields and the 2-time Olympic gold medal boxer. I told this story over and over again, but just the first time I ever met her, I remember being in the basement of Burston. It was just, it looked really bad down there. Let me say that. It looked like how Mr. T was training on Rocky, just, in the basement, in the dungeon, they called it. Everything's falling apart, nothing state of the art. And during the interview, I asked her the first time, she was about 15 years old. I said, do you think you can be better than Layla Ali, which is Muhammad Ali's daughter, for those of you that don't know. And she bust out laughing. Now, I've been in sit-down exclusive interviews with so many different people, but to have a person laugh at me, I felt uncomfortable. I'm like, what's going on? I asked you something wrong. I feel like that was a fair question. So once she got her composure, she looked me in the eye. She said, "I'm better than Layla Ali right now." So everything she did from there on out, I said, "Call me and let me know." And we developed that relationship from her not being able to even find a ride at Burston to, nothing was stable in her family. I mean, we couldn't even do interviews in her home because she didn't know where she would stay sometimes. So, from seeing her do that to being a two-time Olympic gold medalist, as she said 2 times, she always yelling that, shouting that, to doing that. I mean, I just feel like anything is possible, and I feel like that's necessary, to really go into those urban environments, to go into places where people might be scared of, and just having that courage and being fearless. I just seen a movie, The Birth of a Nation, the other day. It's very controversial, with Nat Turner. And what I took from that is, that was in the 1800s, and this guy, although it wasn't what he was brutal in what he did, wiping out masters and stuff like that, but what I took from that the most is for standing up for what you believe in. If you stand up for what you believe in, I mean, you will be remembered for the rest of your life. Like, look at Daniel Pearl. He stood up for what he believed in. He was beheaded, but this was what he wanted to do right here. He played music, and we're sitting here talking about the impact and the legacy that he left beyond just journalism. And that's what I hope to do one day. I think I'm on the right path for doing that. I got a lot more work to do, but I'm willing to stand up for what I believe in. My book, Wasted, is also available on Amazon. In that book, I chose purposely not to write about sports. I do that every day for a living. I wanted to write a book about an urban tale about a functioning alcoholic, a guy that gets out of college, comes home, and is trying to adjust to living in the real world. And it's something I have never read before. It's graphic. I put a parental advisory sign on there, as a matter of fact. So I was just fearless in what I wanted to write about. Fearless in taking things that might be controversial. Just like Daniel Pearl, just like a person like Nat Turner. So many people over and over that just stood up for what they believed in. And that's the number one thing. That's why I feel like we are here today. And I just, my message to all of y'all is just stand up for what y'all believe in, because, that's the way, that's how you're going to be successful in life. So I'm just thankful and blessed to be here. I'm just a kid from Avenue B. And to be in this position, it's a blessing. I don't take it lightly. And I don't want to take too much time away from y'all because some great music being played. I'm being exposed to new types of music as well too, so it's fun to be here. So thanks again, everybody. And next we're going to award the scholarship award winners.
These. All right, congratulations, Eric. We're organizing. If we have any of the journalism scholarship recognees, the young people, please step up here on the stage right now, because we have your awards for you. Come on down. We're putting this going right here. Well, as part of the memorial to Daniel Pearl, the Humanity and Harmony Concert supports $1,000 in scholarships in journalism given by MLive and the Flint Journal and the Jewish Federation. This year's scholarship theme, as Eric kind of talked about, was why is it important to tell those stories? Why should somebody go to a place that's dangerous to tell a story? Why is that important? That was the theme that we asked these young people, and if you had a chance, you saw some of the winning essays out front and some of their thoughts. Some observations that I noted here from these young people, some of their lines, and I really liked. One said, "Journalisms are warriors of knowledge and truth." As a journalist, I love that one. Here's another one, even with today's technology allowing us to see from a distance, without actually being present, the validity of a story can't always be trusted. Somebody has to put their eyes on it, is what they're saying. Someone has to find the truth. Technology does not induce the same emotions as a face-to-face conversation. Journalists bring color to the world. Without it, all we would see is black and white. Journalists give us a look into what we otherwise might not see. Journalists give us an insight into people's lives and worlds. This is pretty deep thoughts from young people. I'm really proud of them. We had so many great responses that this year we decided that we would give 3 honorable recognitions, and 3 people will get the scholarships. The honorable mentions go to Haley Bethaway, Michelin Hills, and Bradley Allendorfer. If you would step forward and get your award from Woodyard. Congratulations. Our third place winner and receiving a $150 scholarship is Eric Erke. Eric? Our second place scholarship is awarded for $350, and it goes to Trenton Basner. Gee, I wonder who won first place. The winner of a $500 scholarship from the Flint Journal, MLive, and the Flint Jewish Federation is Charlie Reeds. Congratulations to you, thank you. I hope one day that I'm going to be reading stories from them in the Journal and even in the Wall Street Journal. Telling stories is very important. And now, on with the show.